And then I figured, wait a minute, I got a steamer tray where I normally put my vegetables. So you steam the vegetables in the steam that is coming from the rice. And I would just put chunks of chicken in there and chunks of
Huh.
beef and chunks of salmon. And then, of course, all the juice that is coming from there is leaking into the rice. So that kind of flavors it like you're using chicken stock or beef stock. And your rice tastes 10 times better. And you just keep it in there hot and then you portion it out. And you eat it as you go. You can even turn it on overnight. And then it's ready when you wake up. And then all you have to do is make a couple of eggs and then you're ready to go.
Well, my head just went. Yeah, these guys that compete a lot, this is something I've come full circle on. I used to be a perma-bulker when I was younger, but it seems like these guys that compete a lot, that's that state of getting yourself depleted and then rebounding seems to be the most productive way to stay lean and put size on.
Yeah. Yeah, the
It
insulin
seems like,
sensitivity post context is just phenomenal.
yeah, I mean, that's when I've always had my best gains, and that's when I see when my clients have their best gains. It's the guys that just keep pushing and pushing. Like I noticed on my off season this year, because I had a longer one than I had before. But after about 6 months or so, it's just like things just don't work anymore. You just don't
Yeah,
have
I
the
think,
same.
but you did some mini diets and cleaning out phases and deloads and that kind of stuff, or you kept pushing?
Yeah, no, I took about a 4-month cruise in there when I hurt my shoulder and pulled back and pulled my food back and got a little bit of a rebound, but nothing like you do post show. But it seems like these people it seems like you've got that 6 to 8 week window after a show where you can really pack on some size and then you can do a proper off season after that. But then after about 6 months or so, it seems to be unproductive. I feel
Kind
like
of,
that you need
yeah.
one good hard cut per year to sort of reset things.
Yeah, and then a clean out after, let's say, in the middle of the off season. So you do
Yep.
like a good hard cut, like a mass phase, the clean out. Then you do like a maintenance / mass phase leading into your cut, and then the whole cycle starts over again. Yeah. Honestly, I feel more productive during cutting as well. I'm more driven, more focused. I don't have to eat so
Me
much
too.
food, so I don't feel so horribly bloated. So I think I can't remember the last time I did a bulk. Maybe a couple of years ago. Yeah, probably a couple of years ago when I was like 500 tests, insulin, GH, and then I bought all the carbs, and I was like 260 pounds.
Yeah, my productivity definitely goes up during contest prep.
Yeah,
I'm way more productive. It's probably the stimulants and just less food and not being tired from all the carbs and insulin and stuff, and it's just all of the above. I get tired of eating. I really do not like eating. I fucking hate eating.
Yeah, especially the bodybuilder food, right? I mean, 200 grams of carbs in the form of rice, for example, or 150 carbs in
It's
the form
4
of rice.
cups.
That's
3 cups.
it's like a fucking bowl. And then the end of the day, your stomach is here. And even if you do everything right to improve your intestinal motility and your gut health, and make sure you don't eat anything that causes gas or irritation, even then you're just full to the max. You're just
I
obese.
kept my waist a lot tighter this off season, but I just eat, man, Steve, I just eat nothing but low FODMAP foods anymore. It's just super simple foods that I eat.
Yeah.
I just can't afford, like, people make fun of me on my cheat meals. Like I'll have a plain steak and a potato or something. I'm
Same,
like,
same here, dude.
I just can't do it. It's just not worth it.
No. I have some sushi, maybe some yogurt with some fruit, and if I want to go crazy, I'll add like a little bit of rice because again, I do ketogenic diet. So instead of having just an omelet, I'll have like 2 extra whole eggs and 2 cups of rice, one black, one white, and that's my meal. Drizzle it with ketchup, the one that's still healthy. The puree almost like the ones you would use for tomato paste, and for bolognese spaghetti. And then you make a meal and it sits quite nice. But of course, if you have 10 egg whites and 4 or 5 whole eggs and then 2 cups of rice, I mean, it's literally like, it's huge. But I can't eat like that if it doesn't digest easy, because otherwise you just mess up your gut. That's the problem with getting older. I used to eat anything.
Yeah, same thing with me.
Like bowls of oatmeal with whey protein, and it wouldn't make a dent. And if I have a bowl of oatmeal now, I'll fall asleep and then I'll wake up, farting the whole rest of the day.
Yeah, that's what I tell my clients all the time. I'm like, I'm gassy and I'm farting and bloated, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
like, if you're gassy, farting, and bloated, there's something you're eating that's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's not sitting right, man. Like, why are you hammering protein powder all day long if you're rolling around like a, you know, like a hippo farting all day long? I mean, it's why?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's convenient. Most people don't want to cook rice and then keep it hot and cook all the fish or the beef or the chicken and the eggs. I mean, it takes a lot of extra time, and
It
I
is a
get
pain in
it.
the ass.
Yeah, but even if you have a rice cooker, with the steamer tray, you can make food so easy to prepare. You prepare rice, and then in the steamer tray you put all your meats, and you just prepare it all at the same time.
I've never thought about putting my meats in the rice thing. I've never thought
Yeah.
about that.
Well, I saw Stan Efferding do that for the vertical diet when I was still promoting it heavily. You do the meatballs, and then I figured, wait a minute, I got a steamer tray where I normally put my vegetables. So you steam the vegetables in the steam that is coming from the rice, and I would just put chunks of chicken in there and chunks of beef and chunks of salmon, and then of course all the juice that is coming from there is leaking into the rice, so it kind of flavors it like you're using chicken stock or beef stock. And if you eat salmon, beef, and chicken at the same time, you just dice it up, and so you have 3 protein sources per meal. And then your rice tastes 10 times better, and it just steams it because all you need is like 45 minutes to an hour if you have like half a kilo or pound of rice over the day, or if you have 2 pounds, then it takes you a little bit longer. And you just keep it in there hot, and you portion it out, and you eat it as you go. So that's why it doesn't have to be complicated. You can put everything in the same machine, turn it on. You can even turn it on overnight. And then it's ready when you wake up. You wake up from that, smells like freshly cooked rice. It almost smells like popcorn, And then all you have to do is make a couple of eggs and then you're ready to go.
Well, my head just went, I didn't even think about
doing
really?
that. I put this in like all my clients' diet. So you put like rice, maybe quinoa, for a little bit of fiber and some micronutrients. And then, of course, the quinoa ratio to rice would be less in the off season compared to prep because it kind of slows gastric emptying. And then you put all your meats at the top, and then all you have to make is eggs in the morning if you like eggs for breakfast. And otherwise, you scoop out you get one of these like 4-liter rice cookers. They're gigantic. Yeah, I did it like this every day.
Yeah, I have the big Zo Jirushi one. I love that. They make the best rice cookers. The Japanese one.
Right. And then what I learned from Stan Efferding is using the chicken stock, right? The low FODMAP chicken stock. You just cook it in there. But of course, if you put all the meat in the steamer tray, well, just whatever is in there leaks down. And if you have a little bit of salmon, of course, the fat leaks down. And then you mix that in. And then you got like garlic fried rice. But it's all healthy. So
that's a great strategy. Here I am just baking stuff in my oven, baking my meat in the oven.
And then it's mad dry, right? Oh no. Yeah.
I have my ugly baked chicken I make. I'll get like 8 pounds of chicken and I just bake it all in the oven and then
portion it out. Yeah.
Portion it out, weigh it out as I eat it. It's like an assembly line.
Yeah, exactly. I remember in Holland when I was, still living on a budget, and I would buy like 20 kilos of chicken on a discount. So it would be like from $8 to like $4, close to the expiration date. So it's already a little bit smelly, right? And then you have to process that, take out all the little fatty bits and the tendons and that kind of stuff. And I would just put it all in the oven. I would have this brick of 20 kilos of chicken, and it would all be like mashed together, with the protein that's kind of, sticking it together. And it would just separate it on like, the kitchen countertop over a couple of baking plates to kind of let it dry, and then put it out on, you have like 6 pounds or 6 ounces left of every 8 and 9 ounce serving because you lose so much water. Right. And you portion that out and you put it in the fridge, in the freezer, and you have like meat for a month. Good times.
Yeah, that's what I do. I cook a bunch of top round chicken and then cod. That's pretty much what I live off of.
Oh, you can eat cod?
Yeah, I eat cod. It's awful, but I don't know. My flavorless diet. I get this. There's a big warehouse store here that has cod that's glazed in miso, and it's pretty good.
Oh, right. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. You get everything wholesale also? Like you sign up as a business and you just buy like a couple $100 worth of food to have it delivered. I think that's the best way to do it, man. Yeah, I have a chest freezer, and I just deliver all my salmon, all my fish, and my beef, and then the eggs I get delivered also. And then,
Yeah, that
well,
was
I
an
don't have to buy rice, luckily.
that was another video I made that got people all upset, is how to eat for cheap, how to eat a
Uh-huh.
bodybuilding diet. And I get so many people so mad. I'm like, I don't know what to
Why?
tell you, man, because they were saying that you can't buy food that cheap, and I'm like, yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah,
You can. You
you
just
just
have to. They have to source wholesale.
you,
Don't buy
you just got to
retail at
buy
the
in bulk.
grocery store. Yeah, buy bulk and just buy enough for them to deliver it to your house. Because all these companies, they sell to restaurants, they sell to small, medium grocery stores, like family owned. And as long as you can get your way in, and you meet the minimum order, and you have a chest freezer, I do it every month, dude. I spend like $700 to $1,000 on food, and then it just gets delivered. Then you just have to dive in head first and what you want to, because sometimes you order like 7 different things and it all falls apart in the chest freezer, so you can't find it. Or you
Yeah,
find it at the end, like, oh yeah, I didn't realize I still had tuna steak. Babe, tonight is tuna day.
I was showing guys how they can make bodybuilding meals for less than $2 a meal, and
Uh-huh.
people were freaking out. I'm like, you
Oh man,
can.
yeah, you can. I mean, you just have to buy a lot. You
I mean,
don't
I can
always
get.
have to. You know,
I mean, I buy my rice in 50-pound bags. Like, you'll get these
yeah,
idiots over here that'll go to the store and buy single packets of rice that are like $4 or $5 a packet, and I get a 50-pound bag of rice for
yeah,
like $20, and it's
yeah.
so cheap, it's essentially free.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's free carbs. You put it, in the storage cabinet, right? You just keep it open. You just scoop out what you need for the day, and you wash it, and you're good to go. Yeah, I never understood why people make such a fuss about meal. You can get it all delivered in most countries that you. I mean, I've
Yep.
coached people from all over the world, and I tell the same thing to everybody: sign up as a company and meet the minimum order and have it delivered, so you don't have to waste your time because you eat so much during your off season. You're eating kilos of food every day. Get it all delivered.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing, like, for me, like 7 ounces of meat at 6 times a day, I mean, that's, you're doing 4 pounds of 3, 4 pounds of meat a day.
Uh-oh.